Hi, thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to speak with me. My name is Marley Singletary, and I appreciate you contributing to the primary research for my Digital Insights course at the University of Florida. The purpose of this study is to understand consumer insights, opinions, and experiences with drugstore cosmetics. Your insights will be used for research purposes only, and all responses will remain confidential. If you want to contact us regarding the study at a later date, you can contact me or my professor, and that will provide you with the contact information at the end of the study. So there are a few ground rules that you should be aware of. This interview will be recorded. Recording our interview will help with the accuracy of the insights when documenting your responses. There are no right or wrong answers. Everything you say is confidential. This is an interview, not a test. Your responses are used for strictly research and analysis purposes. They will not be shared with anyone other than my group mates and the course instructor. This interview will last around 30 minutes, and if at any point you feel uncomfortable or need to leave, you are free to go at any time. Your participation is completely voluntary. If everything sounds good to you, do you have any questions for me before we begin?
No.
To get started, I'm curious, where would you go on a dream vacation if you had unlimited funds?
Probably like Greece.
Okay. So for our first topic, it will be the overview of the product category of drugstore cosmetics.
Okay.
How often do you wear makeup?
Probably once or twice a week.
Okay. Do you have a makeup look that you gravitate towards?
Normally like soft and a little bit more natural.
Okay. Where's the primary place that you wear makeup to?
Anything that I have to do for work, family events, social events.
Okay. Where do you not wear makeup to?
I don't wear makeup to school. I don't wear makeup around my house, or like if I run an errand or go to the grocery store, I don't wear makeup.
Okay. How does wearing makeup make you feel?
Sometimes it's a hassle to put makeup on, so I normally don't like to, but when I do, I think I feel a little bit more confident.
Okay, so you said you prefer a natural no makeup look?
Yeah.
When do you wear full glam?
If I'm going to like a wedding or I'm going to a social event, normally for work I just wear like minimal makeup, but any like social event I would say I wear full glam.
Okay. Can you walk me through your typical process when shopping for cosmetics?
Normally I find a product on social media, and then I typically, like, if I like how it looks on that person, I'll go through and read reviews on like how this works on different skin types. So then I'll go, and if it works for me, normally I'll either go to Sephora, Target, or even sometimes Walgreens
Okay.
and just buy from there.
Alright. Are there any influencers that influence your decision?
Not specifically. I would say I don't buy makeup that often, so when I do, it's basically off of I've seen multiple people review it and say that this works good for this skin type, but I wouldn't say that there's like necessarily one person that I see that I'm like, I have to buy that makeup.
Okay. Some women prioritize affordability while others focus on the product ingredients. What's your perspective?
I never really look at ingredients. I more look at price and how it works on skin types.
Okay.
But I've never like gone through and researched ingredients on any makeup.
Okay. Which product is your absolute must-have and why?
Probably, I would say the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer.
Okay. Why?
It makes my makeup last because I have super dry skin and I have psoriasis. I get super dry patches on my skin. So normally in those dry patch areas, if I don't wear that sticky, tacky primer, then the makeup will just like kind of fade away in those areas really quickly. So I always use the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer because I want it to stay all over my face and not look patchy.
Okay. Some people say makeup makes them feel more confident while others feel pressured to wear it. What's your thoughts?
I never really feel pressured to wear makeup. I just like I said earlier, like I like feeling more confident. So like when I do go out to like social settings, I try to like cover up my blemishes. But I don't necessarily wear it for other people. I say I would wear it more for myself so that I can cover up those dark spots.
Okay. Reflect on your last makeup purchase. Can you describe the experience of buying a new product?
The last thing that I bought was a new foundation, and I decided to try the Lady Gaga House Labs foundation because I had seen a lot of reviews that it was really good for dry skin. So I went to Sephora, I got a little sample of it, and then I brought that home with me and I wore it the next day to see how it would lay on my face, and I really liked it. So I went back to Sephora, found my shade match, and bought it.
Okay. What sparked that purchase?
Seeing a lot of people on Instagram and TikTok talk about how smooth the finish was especially on their dry skin. So I thought that might work better for my dry skin.
Okay. Did you look up any information other than like the skin types before you bought it?
No, I mean I know that like House Labs is owned by Lady Gaga, and a lot of makeup artists use that brand of foundation. So I know that it's like good for all skin types, but I know that it's especially good for dry skin.
Okay. When you think about makeup brands, are there any specific qualities such as price, product quality, packaging, or brand reputation that influence how you group them?
I don't really care about brand reputation. If it works for me, it works for me. Price is a little bit more important. The House Labs was a little bit more expensive, but it's a pretty decent sized bottle, and I don't wear makeup that often, so it will last me a long time, and I like the way it looks on me, so that's why I bought it.
Okay. What makes a brand feel high-end versus a drugstore brand, in your opinion?
Packaging sometimes. Not that that's super important to me when I purchase it. I don't really care, but you can definitely tell like a lot more high-end stuff is in glass bottles with nice pumps and things like that versus drugstore normally plastic.
Okay. Where do you see the best value for your money?
Definitely drugstores, because they have basically made duplicates of all the high-end stuff. Not everything, but a majority of items are dupes for high-end items. So I feel like you get the most bang for your buck at drugstores.
Okay. So for our second topic, it's about AI beauty tools and how they factor influencing decisions of purchase. Have you ever used a virtual try-on tool or AI shade matching?
I have on Sephora's website. I've done the skin tone match.
Okay, do you trust those recommendations?
I trust them to an extent. Normally, I will just go onto the website just to see, because a lot of brands don't have a huge shade range, so I am more cool toned. So I normally go on the website and try to shade match there first, just to see if it's even worth my time. And then if they do have something that's in the realm of my skin tone, then I normally go into the store and just try it before I buy it.
Okay. If you were explaining AI digital tools to a friend, how would you describe them?
I would say they can be helpful. You have to do your research on them before. They're not for everyone, and they're not for every skin type, so I wouldn't take it as like full-blown 100% truth, but I say they can be helpful, like with shade ranges and things like that.
Okay. And since you said you have tried on the virtual try-on tools, what was your experience like?
It was actually super easy. I used the Sephora website, and they have like a little button underneath the product, and you just click on it, and it can take a picture of your face, and then it can kind of match. You have to be in specific lighting that you like before you do it, but it was super easy to use.
Okay. What did you like about those, or what did you dislike about those experiences?
I liked how easy it was to use. I don't think I necessarily disliked anything. I just wanted to go into the store and see it for myself before I just bought it online.
Okay. Did these tools influence your decision to make the purchase?
I wouldn't say they influenced, they helped me decide to make the purchase, because without the tools, like, I wouldn't necessarily know if a shade range is cool toned or warm toned or has like blue underlighting and things like that.
Okay. Imagine your ideal digital shopping experience. If you were in charge, what features would you include?
I would include, if it works on dry skin, oily skin, things like that, shade ranges for sure. And then I would try to include like recommended products to go with this that work well with whatever product I'm shopping for.
Okay. What current frustrations would you eliminate?
I don't know how you would eliminate it, but taking a picture is sometimes a little bit confusing on websites, but I don't know how you would fix that problem.
Okay. Why do you think some people prefer in-store shopping while others lean towards online shopping with digital tools?
I know online shopping is super easy and it's super convenient, but I personally prefer to go into the store and see the product with my own hands, feel it, try it out on my skin, see what it looks like. Just because if I can try it there, then most likely I won't have to return it. Whereas if I buy it online, I don't really know how it's going to work for me, like in a bigger sense, like how it's going to work on my skin. So that increases the odds that I'll have to return it, and I don't like returning things. So.
Okay. And now for the third topic, it will be the impact of social media. How do you usually interact with makeup brands on social media?
A lot of makeup brands are super witty on social media, and I really like it. So I would say that definitely helps me, because I like when brands actually have a personality and have a brand voice. So that definitely draws me in towards more. But I wouldn't say like brands specifically not having that would deter me from using their products.
Okay. What type of content do you find most engaging or useful?
I like tutorials, but I also like when brands make funny videos. Like, for example, the Tarte Cosmetics with their mascot, like, inflatables. Like, those are hilarious. And then, like, that makes me want to go buy more from their brand.
Okay. Have you ever bought a product after seeing it on social media?
Yes.
What was that experience like?
Super easy. I normally don't buy a product based off one review, but if I keep seeing it multiple times over social media, then I can get more and more influence. So normally if I'm seeing it multiple times, I know that it's a good product if multiple people are backing this brand.
Okay. Imagine you're the social media manager for a makeup brand. What type of content would you create to connect with your consumers like yourself?
I would definitely use active brand voice, because I feel like people follow that. But I would also lean into, I know skin tones are a really big conversation right now in makeup, so I would definitely try to lean into that category to show like we are here for all skin tones. So that's something that I would work towards.
Okay. Which platforms would you focus on and why?
I would focus on TikTok and Instagram, because I think personally that older people have a set makeup routine and they're not trying new products, whereas the younger generations are constantly trying new products, and the younger generations are more active on TikTok and Instagram versus like Facebook or YouTube. So I would say I would probably use TikTok and Instagram primarily.
Okay. How would you incorporate user feedback into your strategy?
I would probably put like an Instagram story up with a Dropbox for feedback, and then have people go through those Dropbox and see like what repetitive issues are coming up.
Okay. Many people trust beauty influencers when it comes to makeup recommendations. Why do you think that is?
That's their job. I mean, their entire job is to research beauty and to work on that realm of ideas. So I feel like they know more than I know about specific makeup brands, makeup products, what it does for you, how it lays on your skin tone. I mean, that is their job, so that's what they're good at. So I put my trust in them.
Okay. How do you compare an influencer's advice to that of a friend or traditional ad?
I would say an influencer, because they're like normally talking to the camera and demonstrating products, it's super easy to follow along with what they're saying. Whereas when I'm having a conversation with a friend, I'm not necessarily always watching them put makeup on. So like I like to see influencers because I can actually watch what they're doing and how they're doing it and how they're applying the product.
Okay, what about a traditional ad?
Traditional ads sometimes can be a little hard to follow just because they normally are heavily edited, so sometimes you can't get the full scope of what the product is and how it works.
Okay. What makes an influencer's content feel genuine rather than just promotional?
When they're not talking about the product for the entire video, sometimes that can feel a little fabricated or ingenuine. So when they're saying like they're making a get ready with me video and they're showing us the products that they like and what they're using, but they're also talking to us in like a normal conversation type banter, I would say that feels more genuine.
Okay. Have you recently seen any makeup trends circulating the internet?
I would say right now eyebrows are really big with like the eyebrow lifting, eyelash lifting, things like that.
Okay. Did you participate in the trend?
No,
Why?
I don't really care about my eyebrows, so I normally do them myself at home, and normally when I wear makeup, I don't even touch them.
Okay. What was the last beauty related content that you engaged with online?
Probably the makeup with Michaela Noguera. She just released her skincare line that goes underneath makeup, and so I did look into the products and just see what she had to offer.
Okay. Our fourth topic is perceptions and attitudes towards different brands. I'm going to name some various drugstore brands. What do you think of when you hear each one? L'Oreal Paris,
Mascara,
CoverGirl,
affordable,
Revlon,
lipstick,
Elf Cosmetics,
perfect.
NYX Cosmetics,
I think of their brow gel,
Maybelline New York,
cheap.
ColourPop Cosmetics,
I think of their eye. They have like eye shimmers,
okay, Milani Cosmetics.
affordable.
Okay. Which brands do you feel the strongest connection with and why?
Definitely Elf, because they duplicate a lot of really expensive products and they do a really good job at it, and it's super affordable.
Okay. Can you tell me about a makeup brand that you have been loyal to over time?
Definitely Elf. I like I said, I like their primers, I like their brushes. Sometimes I use their sunscreen, their foundation. I also really like Danessa Myricks, because I do go for a more natural look. So she has a really nice skin tint that doesn't look like foundation, but kind of evens out my skin tone. So I've been repurchasing that for probably 3 years.
Okay. What keeps you coming back?
They don't change the formula of the product. They keep it the same, and it works for me, and it's not that expensive.
Okay, are you talking about the skin tint or Elf?
Both, honestly.
Okay. What might make you consider switching to a different brand?
Price, how it works on dry skin, and if it's compatible like with my skin tone and my makeup routine.
Okay. If you had to pick one makeup product to use for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Definitely the Danessa Myricks skin tint.
Okay. Why would you pick that specific product?
Because it goes all over my face and it evens out my face, because I do have like some redness in some areas and a couple dark spots. So I normally use that as like a base. I wear that as my foundation, and if I didn't have any other beauty products, at least my face would be like all one color.
Okay. Do you think your decision would change if you lived in a different city or climate?
Possibly, maybe my skin wouldn't be as dry if I was in not as dry of a climate.
Okay. How would you feel if that product was discontinued?
I would be sad, but I know that there's so many things on the market that I could find something else, but I do definitely really like it, so I would be a little sad.
Okay. Does any other brands compare to that product?
I'm sure there are some, but there's not a specific one that I use or that comes to mind. I have heard really good things about the Fenty Beauty skin tint. I've never personally tried it, but I have heard really good things about it.
Okay. And for our last topic, it will be about clean beauty. When shopping for cosmetics, how important are the clean ingredients and claims of clean ingredients to you?
Honestly, not that important. I don't have acne prone skin, so I'm not super into like the ingredients. So it's not really a huge decision for me, but I know my roommate has really bad acne prone skin, so I know she's always looking at ingredients to see what works well with her skin. But for me personally, I don't really look because it normally doesn't affect my skin.
Okay. Have you ever used any clean beauty products?
I wouldn't even know because I don't pay attention to it.
Okay. Some people say clean beauty is a marketing term, while others believes it makes a difference. What do you think?
I think you can take it either way because some brands might actually be using clean products, but the FDA has a lot of workarounds. So you can say that you have a clean product and change the name of ingredients. So I think you definitely have to look into it if that's really something, if that's like a lifestyle that you're trying to lean into, a more clean lifestyle, I would say definitely do your research.
Okay. How do you decide if a product meets your personal definition of clean beauty?
I really don't. I don't look at it, so it really doesn't affect me.
Okay. I'm going to say a few words related to makeup brands. Let me know tell me what the first thing that pops into your head for each. Natural,
Light,
sustainable,
healthy,
ethical,
not testing on pets,
cruelty-free,
not testing on pets,
clean.
quality ingredients.
Okay. When you see terms like clean beauty, vegan, or cruelty-free, what comes to mind?
It's not super important to me, so I'm not always looking for that necessarily, but if a brand is promoting clean things, kudos to them. I know that's really hard to do, to swap ingredients for something more organic, so good for them.
Okay. How important are these attributes when you decide what to buy?
Not super important to me. It doesn't really affect my skin. I found a routine that works for me and for my dry skin, so I'm not necessarily looking for things that are super clean or vegan or things like that.
Okay. How would you rank these qualities compared to price, performance, or brand name?
I would put price and performance above that just because that's more important to me. Brand name, not specifically. Like the Danessa Myricks stuff that I use isn't a huge brand, but it really works and it really works well for me. So like, I wouldn't say brand name is super high on the list, but
Okay. Many brands are now emphasizing eco-friendly packaging and ingredients. Why do you think that is?
to be more sustainable. People care a lot about sustainability now, so they're trying to appeal to that audience, I think.
Okay. Do you believe these claims are genuine or just marketing tactics?
I don't think that they're necessarily genuine across the board. I do think that there are some brands that are seriously trying to make a difference, but I think a lot of it can be a marketing gimmick.
Okay. And our last question, would you pay more for a product that has a stronger environmental or ethical credentials? Why or why not?
No, it doesn't really affect me, so I wouldn't want to pay a higher price for something that doesn't really affect me
Okay.
and my skin.
Okay. And that concludes our interview. Thank you so much.
Thank you.